Alright, so we're going to get right into it here, looking at where we're going to chop this philodendron here. And I like this spot right here where you can see this long root kind of coming out right where this leaf is here. I feel like that's a really good starting point, and she has a lot of aerial roots kind of coming here and here. The plan is to put her in a LECA because she is so big and I would like to keep that size. Alright, so I got my trimmers here. Make sure that you sanitize before you make the cut. I actually was just in the middle of doing some other chops, so she is already sanitized. Might be kind of tricky. Might have to pull off this leaf here in order to see where I need to make the cut actually. So just go ahead and pull that off. And now I can see much better about where I need to make the cut and still keeping these little aerial roots. I'm going to go ahead and go in here. Try not to cut any of the leaves. It'd be trickier than I thought. Alrighty, and there you go. So this will give these other stems a chance to put out some bigger growth, and I'm guessing that this stem will also put out some new shoots. We'll see what happens and where they come from, since she already has a little aerial root kind of growing right in there. I'm not exactly sure where it's coming from, but still we're left with a full mother plant here, and then our chop is looking very big, and I think this is going to look perfect in LECA. So for this next part of the video, you're going to need pre-washed LECA. This is what my LECA looks like. I actually used a strainer just because you want to make sure that you wash them really well and also let them soak overnight. I actually had this soaking a little bit more like a night and a half. So you want to have that. What I did was I just kept this filled up so that they were soaking. Then it was easy to strain them and use them for today. So put your LECA aside. You'll also want to make sure that you have some sort of container that does not have any drainage holes in it. At least that's how I am using it for LECA propagation. And get this a little bit full. So that's about a third of the way full maybe. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my cutting. I'm going to just kind of situate her and see how she's going to look in here. We might have to remove a few more leaves here just because this lower leaf is kind of interfering with how she's going to sit in here. Yeah, I think that will be perfect. I don't think we'll have to remove that leaf. Start adding the other LECA around. I chose LECA for this propagation because I think it will help this cutting stay up since it is a rather large cutting. I think that this will really show it off, and it's also kind of a new nice way to showcase. So I think that is pretty good as far as the LECA goes and getting her situated in there. Now we're going to go ahead and add some water. Now I did add some Super Thrive to this, some liquid concentrate Super Thrive. I also added some Bigfoot Root Boost just to kind of help give those roots a head start. I'm filling this pretty much all the way up so that you can see the water through the LECA. This is just because I'm pretty much doing hydroponic propagating here by doing this. Traditionally, you wouldn't have to if this plant had more roots that went all the way down, but since we're just propagating and she only has some aerial roots to start, I feel like this gives her a good start. Plus, philodendrons, in my experience, have done really well with water propagation.